The third poem is Chocolate Chunks. Creation on conceiving conception of chocolate chunks. This was written for all the little children who I conceptualize as my godchildren, and some of them are now 10 and 12 and 13 when I wrote this poem, I think back in 2010. Chocolate Chunks and Love Squeezes, dedicated to my goddaughter's son, AJ, and my godson, Reese Maxwell. To my dear 14-year-old goddaughter, Miko. She's not 14 now. My 4 grandchildren and many other adopted great godchildren. And to my present 3 additional grandchildren, and 1 on the way. Creation was created in love out of the steel hue when love dropped down as conceiving chocolate chunks and commune in herself within stillness still, whereupon the universe formed in a love-making, creative, conceiving, conceptual chocolate chunk. Love. Zach, 2010. The 4th poem is I Rise Early. And you will see it's old, 1974. It was written after we did a summer poetry workshop at Spelman Morehouse College. It was outstanding. It was probably 500 to 800 people at the closing debut. I rise early, meditate, take a bite of brie plus black bread. Go downtown quickly to buy, back home into nature, touching rocks with my mind, speaking with the herbal weeds of spring. Only if you like, come along. Go out down to the Black Arts Center, hear a worker of 40 years speak of change, then back home to bed. Only if you like to come along with me. Next day, rising early, make yoga, meditation, partake on fruit, speak with children of the sounding houses, take a walk, talk with me, rest, run, fear, laugh, love, hold hands with the air, visit the sick, those victims of police brutality, run errands for the elderly, cry. Only if you like, come along with me. Come along with me. Go out to the center again for Black Art with its enlightening jazz, then on to Symphony Hall for Bach's B minor Mass, conducted by Maestro Robert Shaw. Sit plus listen, accept vibrations, absorb filaments of human radiation from intact spirits. Music penetrates my hard-worked bones. Whisper a yawn for liberation. Slowly rise away into the night, then to bed. Only if you like, either day with me. But remember, I rise early. I meditate. So you have to come before sunrise, or either spend the night outside my patio window or inside at the head or foot of my bed, only if you like. Come along with me, but remember, I rise early. Make love and meditate only if you like. Come along with me. I rise early, meditate and make love only if you like. Only if you like. Only if you like. Come along. Come along. Only if you like. Come along. Come along with me. Poem number 5. A love yoni to the yoni. A love prayer to the yoni. Open your floodgates of love unto me, O Divine One, so that undefined pure love may flood my being from your sacred heavenly place. You know, yes, from your sacred place, divine, flows love undefined, unchastened, unrestricted, and guilt-free, floods, oozing floods into showers on love, and make me want to sing. Ashe, Shalom, Shalom. Om, Om, Namaste. Open your floodgates and flood my being of your love and Ashe. Love's love, number 6. Love went up on the mount, laid down deep in valleys low, to find love and experience of love's essence up on the mount. Some of the best love making was made there up on the mount in the valleys, which gave way to low down love making. All nature awaited this event, and yes, join in on the orgasmic climax in the universe. That's why the mountains and the streams and ridges and the plateaus and valleys be bladed like they are in Appalachia, in the Himalayan. Love was born of love there and left her stamp of love along the continental divide down in the equator. And the teacher went into the mountains to seek and find healing. The mountains and valleys and all creatures, thereby including the descendants of the Trail of Tears, the children of the sun who passed through with the Underground Railroad, and Harriet Tubman and all the other former Irish poor, they all taught the teacher by making love on love and preserving it to these times, and expounded upon to the teacher the highest endearment of love in the tantric manner, a total giving over to love life, life love, love be life, life be love. Om. Zach, 2007. Thank you. Poem number 7. Brush of Love, Paint My Nipples Red. This poem, several of these poems have been published, and what I'm explaining here are part of the writing of the poem in the books where they are. This poem came about in my memories of when I was 4 or 5 years old, and my sisters and my family remembered this over the years. It was in the heart of Jim Crow, Alabama, and black and white folk just didn't get together. That just wasn't it. But all of a sudden, they began to open the health department. You know, we would pass by and wonder what's going on, you know, because black folk had to take care of their health and medical themselves. My daddy actually, from his Native American background and African American background, knew how to talk the fire out of people when they got burned, and I actually saw some miracles happen. But basically, we couldn't go to the hospital and to the health department and what have you. But all of a sudden, they began to open it up. And then what really astounded me is that they opened up the food companies, and the dairy companies began to open their doors, and lo and behold, where black and whites couldn't get together, black people were invited. And we went to the local dairy and a baby food company, and they had these large murals of baby bottles. All I knew, I stayed on my mama's breast until at least 3. It could have been 4. I still remember. And we had a midwife, our midwife, who delivered almost all of us, along with my Aunt Molly, and her name, our midwife's name was Molly, also Molly Moses, and she would come when my sisters were having babies. My sisters were much older than me. She would come in the house, and my sisters would put me on watch out, and to tell them when Molly Moses was coming, because she would come in the house looking for baby bottles. And if she found a baby bottle, and she would go into anybody's house, even white folks, she would deliver those poor white folk on the other side of us, they couldn't go to the hospital either. So Molly Moses was outstanding. But anyway, she would pitch the bottle out the front door and break it all to pieces. So basically, we went to this dairy, baby food formula place, and I saw these murals on the wall about baby bottles. I'd never seen that before, you know. I'd never seen baby bottles, you know what I mean? Until we went there, and yes, my sisters picked them up, and that's the story I'm telling. But when we came back home, I said, they must be trying to bring y'all off the titty. And said it. My family totally, my sister still remember it to this day. And we have great laughter about it. Paint my nipples red. My man, come here to me. Do this up on my bending knee. Paint my nipples red. A darkened hue will do. Make them for a roadmap so my suckling child can find a way to my suckling breast. Rejecting the bottle-fed myth. Paint my nipples, I said, darken them a rosy pink. Ask questions on the low, just go on and manually enlarge them while I prepare my heart to return, come back to a mother's path, a path of secured joy, and leave off those damn formulas. Hey, did you hear me? Paint my nipples sage green, blue vein blur. Paint them orange around the aola, red, rub hardened herbs over the outline to color code desire in my little ones do. I said to turn them off from the bottle-fed formula lie, Similac, Enfamil, told in order to rake millions, billions toward undeserving men called doctors who use steroids for a junkie high. Paint my nipples, love. And by chance, they will invite you too on a suckling thigh dance with me. Zach, 2010. Yes, Zach admits that sometimes I become a woman. I'm very secure about myself. I become a woman in a woman's body, and I write. Amen. Thank you.